Right. Welcome to AI Odyssey, which is Response AI's outreach course that is going to teach you to scale your agency or software company to 25K per month or more by leveraging AI. And this is part one. Part one is called Start Your Engines, and it concerns the general overview of running AI driven outreach. So, the 6-step AI scaling model. Lesson one. New age cold acquisition is done at scale with lots of domains. Cold email in 2024 and beyond is done with robots, not humans. You control the robots, so you can spend 5 minutes per day sending tens of thousands of emails instead of 3 hours per day sending 100. Or sometimes in enterprise B2B teams, it's even less. They might spend 3 or 4 hours sending 20 emails. We'll help you set up those robots with the free AI acquisition model. Understand that you'll need to set up multiple domains for your company, which is super easy, and we'll show you how to do all that, and add those domains to a cold email tool. And this is also super easy, and we'll show you how. Examples of cold email tools or CETs, Instantly.ai, Smartly.ai, SendNow, Apollo, Reply.io, Outreach, Go High Level, etc. Response AI is our AI personalization tool, which integrates with all of them and pretty much triples your results. And there's going to be more on that later. Now, the workflow is as follows. You're going to buy 5 to 10 domains for your business. You're going to use Outlook or G Suite to make inboxes for those domains. By the way, an inbox is just john@yourbusiness.com or steve@yourbusiness.com. And step 3 is you're going to add those inboxes to your cold email tool for warm-up. Now, let's define warm-up, and let's not sort of get ahead of ourselves. Warm-up is simply an automated hands-off process where your inbox is controlled by robots for 2 weeks so that your account looks like it's active. So without warm-up, your inbox will get blacklisted and you'll get sent to spam, and you won't make any sales or let alone book any meetings with cold email. You need to do warm-up, and it's free with all the cold email tools you sign up for, but you can't skip this part. The reason you don't want to skip this part is because without warming up your domains, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, etc., will immediately blacklist you for sending cold emails from day one. And we're going to be talking about all of the technical mastery and the setup, etc. But that is the first cardinal rule that you need to know. Do not start any of this without warming up domains. Once those domains have finished warming up, which is around 12 to 14 days, your chosen cold email tool will tell you when they are ready to send. This is typically based on like a health score. So those cold email tools will say, steve@yourbusiness.com, this inbox is 99% healthy. And obviously that means it's ready to go. After the warm-up period is complete, you can safely get away with sending 20 to 25 emails per day per inbox. Now, remember that an inbox is something like john@yourbusiness.com, but per domain, you could send, a lot more than that. If one domain, for example, has 3 inboxes, so john@yourbusiness.com, steve@yourbusiness.com, and reese@yourbusiness.com, all 3 of those can send 20 to 25 emails per day. Now, you can buy the domains from Porkbun, Namecheap, Squarespace, GoDaddy, etc., and you can follow their guides on setting up inboxes with Outlook or G Suite. Today, we're going to show you how to set up G Suite with GoDaddy domains, and we're going to show you how to set up Porkbun with Outlook as well. So there's going to be 2 technical mastery classes on setting up domains, so don't worry about that. Now you can see if we have 5 domains, your business, try your business, get your business, use your business, and yourbusinessteam.com, and we have 1 inbox per domain, which is 5 inboxes total, John at, etc. You then have your sending power set to number of inboxes times 20, which is 100 cold emails per day in this case, because we have 5 domains. Now, a hint is that you never send from your master domain. For example, if your business domain is yourbusiness.com, never send from john@yourbusiness.com. You're always going to want to make alternatives like you saw in the last slide. And notice that we never included the main domain, john@yourbusiness.com. It was always variants like john@tryyourbusiness.com. This is done because if someone hates your cold email, flags you as spam, tells you to F off, etc., you'd rather have a burnable domain that is not rooted directly to your company get flagged than your literal main business address where you talk to clients, you might accept contracts, send out contracts, whatever it may be. An example of this is that Salesforce, they never ever send emails from steve@salesforce.com. If you ever receive a cold email from Salesforce from their hundreds of reps, they will only send from burner emails like try Salesforce, etc. Now, here's some quick fire tips. AI.co.org.io.net, they are terrible for deliverability. You should never, ever buy any of those domains with the sole purpose of sending cold emails from them. You should only ever buy .com domains, and you should also never put hyphens in those domains. So an example is Funnel Wizard -media is worse for deliverability than Funnel Wizard Media Team. Even if those .com domains appear silly or bizarre or truncated or ridiculous, like Super Funnel Wizard Hacker Landing Page. I'm hardly an esteemed rapper, but you get the gist. I've seen that adding those additional media or team or agency or advertising sort of like buzzwords, they can be off-putting as well. So agency names and keywords like digital marketing, advertising, etc., try and remove those. You can instead try things like growth by Funnel Wizard partners, try Funnel Wizard, work with, etc. So all of the verbs and etc. that you can add to them, just make sure you don't add the sort of the kind of cheesy words like agency or media, etc. Now, avoiding spam, not pissing people off, and making real cash with cold email. So you've got to understand the role of your ESP, which is an email service provider. I said you should choose Gmail or Outlook to host your domain's inboxes. Now, these companies play a pivotal role in your success in cold email. They will constantly obsess over your usage of emails, how many you've sent, what deliverability you're at, if they're going to spam, etc. If you neglect my advice in this module, your system will fail. And you shouldn't send a load of emails per inbox. Per inbox, so an inbox being john@yourbusiness.com, should only send 20 to 25 max per day after the warm-up. Now, here are some nightmares about email bounce rate. So basically, email bounce rate is the percentage of your sent cold emails that fail to be delivered. The email literally just doesn't get delivered because your email was so bad. Now, it's a crucial metric when you're sending cold outreach, and your emails bounce if you're trying to send to, bad email lists, or if you're sending too many emails to that list, even if they're good emails. So here, a good list just means that it's been cleaned by email verification tools. Now, there's going to be more on this later, but a general gist is that if I have a list of 10,000 B2B decision makers, if I start sending to that list, there's a high likelihood that the source that I scraped that data from was not 100%. It may have been 60 to 70% valid data. Now, the problem is that when I send the emails to that list and half of them bounce, and bounce just means they don't get delivered, we're in big trouble because it shows all of the ESPs like Google and Yahoo, etc., that we did not give a damn about who we were sending emails to. We just willy-nilly uploaded that list and then, hope for the best. And like I said, they are constantly listening to you and monitoring you. So if loads of your emails are bouncing, they'll look into it and crush you and destroy your business, and you'll never recover. So here's how to calculate email bounce rate. So the bounce rate is just the bounce rate or the bounce emails divided by the total emails sent. So your cold email tool will help automate this calculation. So don't worry about that. So like Instantly or Smart Lead, etc., none of your emails should bounce, but if they do, it's obviously bad news, and you're going to want to revisit your list and make sure that it's super clean. And I always follow the 2% rule for email bounce rate. So if you have a list of 1,000 prospects and more than 20 of them bounce, then that's obviously exceedingly high, and you should not be doing that. You should have cleaned your list, because if 20 of them are bouncing out of 1,000, that's really bad news. Exceeding this consistently will signal poor email practices to your email service provider, and they'll punish you. Now, the most common cause of email bounce is probably non-existent email addresses. So basically, if you have john@salesforce.com, John has been a loyal worker and employee at Salesforce for 10 years. But one day, John has turned 65. He doesn't want to sell anymore. He's no longer wishes to be a VP of sales, and he leaves Salesforce, right? If we try and email John, his email is going to bounce because Salesforce would have had, the foresight to delete his account so that no one has access to Salesforce's email providers or email servers, etc. They're going to delete old employees. If we try to send an email to John, John's email is going to bounce, and then we're in big trouble. And that can happen a lot if you're sending thousands of emails. The solution is to verify email addresses before you actually send the emails. So you need to reduce reliance on accept all domains as well. Accept all domains is just like help at or sales at. You want to try and completely eradicate those from your sales process because they are going to be really, really bad for bounce rates and things like that. And catch alls or accept alls are not good. And just as a tip, accept all is literally what it sounds like. It's a sales at email address or a help at or support at that is going to get 100% deliverability likely because they're a support email inbox, but they're not going to be a decision maker. So the support team is not going to be able to answer your questions or get on a call with you to buy your stuff. You shouldn't ever email those. You should only ever email John at or Steve at or Phil at or Louise at, etc. Many cold email tools will automatically negate your chances of getting bounced leads, but it's not 100% accurate. They will sometimes let bounced leads into the campaign. Now, B2B databases that boast like verified emails, like OpenBase or Response AI, have their own database. You can, be offered unlimited 100% double verified emails to reduce that bounce rate. And these are typically cleaned every other day so that the leads that you take from the databases like OpenBase are not going to be, unclean. They're going to be ready for outreach. Now, the other common causes would be email authentication issues. So a solution is to implement an audit, SPF, DKIM, DMARC protocols, etc. This is a simple process, and we'll cover it in the next module. Then we've got domain or IP block blacklisting, for example. So a solution, if you feel like you've been blacklisted, which is just that you've been sending too many emails to too many bounced addresses, go to mxtoolbox.com and search up your domains. So check if your cold emails have been put into a blacklist. Now, this shouldn't happen for months, even if you are ramming your target market with thousands of emails. If it does happen immediately or very, very early into your outreach, outreach sort of campaign, it kind of means that you've done something wrong along the way. You've either annoyed someone with some kind of power on the other side to blacklist you, or you just have been sending bad emails. And we're going to be teaching you how to send good emails. Or finally, there's a sudden increase in sending volume. So the solution is to gradually increase sending volume. If you're sending 20 per day, remember that I've never sent across 1 million emails plus. I've never sent more than 20 emails per day to 25 per inbox. Now, this is the overview before we finish this module. There's an overview of the cold email system, which highlights that, for example, with the 5 domains, you've got John at scale with your business, John at try your business, John at get your business, use your business, and your business team. All of those are going to be sending 20 emails per day max. And all of this sending is done 100% automated with your cold email tool of choice, like Instantly, Smartlead, etc. You never have to do any of this yourself. Your only tasks are to buy the domains, set up the inboxes, add those inboxes to your cold email tool, begin the automated warm-up process that I told you takes around 12 to 14 days. Once that's done and the health of your inbox or inboxes show upwards of 90 to 100%, that is the time that you can start sending cold emails. So this has been a super quick overview of the AI scaling model. And we're going to be going into broader detail about everything mentioned in this module in the next couple of modules. So I'm excited to share all of our hacks with you, all of our magic, and all of our processes. And see you in the next module. Bye-bye.